Hello and welcome to Martin Maths, doing a video on the Foundation Maths GCSE non-calculator paper from 2020, and I'll do this in 3 videos. This video will be questions 1 to 10. Okay, so let's start. Question 1. Write the following numbers in order of size and start with the smallest number. So 0.32, 0.4, 0.35, 0.309. So I know 0.4 will actually be the largest number. So then the smallest number, looking at the first decimal place, it's 3. Second decimal place, that one's got a 0, so 0.309. Then comparing the second decimal place, it's 0.32, and then 0.35. And then I knew, because that had a larger first decimal place, that's 0.4. Then here is a list of numbers, 5, 11, 18, 22, 29. Write down a multiple of 3. So 5 is prime, 11 is prime, so it can't be that. 18 is 3 times 6. So I know that that's 18. Then I have to correct 4.666, correct to the nearest whole number. So the whole number is the unit. So I look at the first decimal place, that's greater than 5, so I'm going to round up and write it as 5. Then a fraction to decimal question, 3/4 as a decimal. 3/4 is the same as 75 over 100, because it's 3 lots of 25, so it's 0.75. So knowing your equivalent fractions, and this is one worth memorizing. A half is 0.5, a quarter is 0.25, so 3/4 is 0.75. You have to write down the value of the 7 in the number 8765. There's the 7. That's the hundreds, tens, and units. So the 7 is 7 hundreds, or 700. I know some students like to just write the 100 because that's the place value, but that doesn't actually give the value. So it's 7 hundreds, or 700, like that. Okay, try and aim for a mark a minute. I'm going a little bit quicker than a mark a minute, but do pause the video if you need. So Gita spins a fair 8-sided spinner. On the probability scale, mark with a cross the probability that the spinner will land on C. So there's 8 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are C. So C is 4 out of 8. Again, equivalent fractions. It's the same as a half, so I'm going to mark there with a half. And then on the probability scale, mark with a cross the probability that the spinner will land on D. There's A, B, and C. There is no D, so D is a probability of 0. So I mark that there. Okay, so that's the first 6 questions, and it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks. But these marks at the start of the paper should be ones that we can get marks quickly and save time for later in the paper. Question 7, the incomplete pictogram shows information about the number of eggs sold from a farm shop on Monday. So they have this shape, an ellipse, and a half of it. Tuesday and Wednesday are blank. We have to fill in the key. On Monday, the shop sold 18 eggs. Tuesday, the shop sold 24. Wednesday, the shop sold 27. So we'll use this information to complete the pictogram. So we know that Monday, that's got to represent 18. So 1.5 has got to represent 18. So 3 halves is 18, so each of those halves is 6, and each of those quarters will be 3, because that'll be 3, 6, 9, 12, 3 and 6, another 6, that adds up to 18. So then to get 24, I want 2 ellipses. While I'm doing that, I'll realize that this shape is worth 12. That'll be 1 mark, just getting that key. Now Wednesday is more than 24, so as much as Tuesday gets 24, but then I need 3 more, and 3 is just the quarter of it. So that's 24, and that's 27. And that should get you a nice 4 marks, okay? But make sure you do the key. Okay, 8, a coordinates question. Write down the coordinates of the point A. Remember, it's always X and then Y. So A has 2 for X and 3 for Y. So it's 2 and 3. Write down the coordinates of the point B. X is 0 in this case, because that there along the x-axis at the origin, but y is -1. And then on the grid, mark with a cross the point -2, 1. So go to -2 on X, 1 for C. And label it there. Okay, that's another mark we should be able to get there. As long as you make sure that you're reading X and then Y, or writing X and then Y. 2 and then 3, 0, -1, -2, 1. Should get all those 3 marks there for question 8. Last page for this video. Do look out for the rest of the video in the rest of the paper in the next video. A bag contains red counters and blue counters only. Number of red counters to number of blue counters is 3 to 7. Write down the fraction of the counters that are red. So for the fraction, we need to know the total. So we need to know red out of the total. And the total comes from 3 plus 4. Because a ratio just shows a comparison. It doesn't show the total amount. But if you do 3 plus 4, you get 7. So that's red to blue. It's 3 over 7. Make sure you get that as the total. Now write the ratio 12 to 30 in the form 1 to n. So meaning we need to divide by 12. I'm going to divide by 2 first to make these numbers a bit smaller. Divide by 2. I can't divide by 2, but I can divide by 3. 2 to 5. Now I'm going to divide by 2. 1 to 5 over 2. Or 1 to 2.5. And to think about it, 12 times 2.5 is 30. Okay, so I've got to get that 12 down to 1. And I could have done it in one step. You could have done 30 over 12, but I preferred to do it in steps that I could handle in this video. Okay, that's another 3-mark question there. Last question for this video. Jenny has 12 marbles. A quarter of these marbles are large. The rest of these marbles are small. The large marble has a weight of 70 grams. Small marble has a weight of 50 grams. So work out the total weight of the 12 marbles. So fractions of amounts here. A quarter of 12 is 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then the rest, 12 minus 3 is 9. So 3 are large, 9 are small. So I have to do 3 times 70 grams is 210 grams. Knowing my 7 times table, 3 times 7 is 21. And then multiplying that by 10. And then 9 times 50, knowing my 9 times table, 9 times 5 is 45. And multiplying that by 10, 450. Adding those two together, and I get 660. So 660 there. Nice 4-mark question there. Okay, there we go. That's Martin Maths. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And look out for the rest of this exam paper in the following videos. Thanks.